On today's episode of Nostalgic Nick-Nacks, I thought it would be pretty fun to look back at Final Fantasy VII, the original release on the PlayStation 1. Such a blockbuster hit in that time. And of course, why am I talking about this? Because Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out on the Switch too. I've also got my Switch 1 version of the original here, and I just think this game is so special, and it's great that it's coming back to Nintendo where it should have been in the first place. Anyways, all of that and more in today's video. Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well and welcome to my YouTube channel, Nostalgic Nick-Nacks. My name is Ryan, and in today's video, as you saw in the intro, I am going to be talking all about Final Fantasy VII, the original release on the PlayStation 1. This is such an important game in my life. I'm going to share a few memories from playing this game, or actually watching my sister play it, and ever since then I've played through it myself a couple of times. Such an important game, and I'm happy that this game, as of right now, was actually just released for the Nintendo Switch. It's actually the remake, of course, for Final Fantasy VII right there, and I'm excited to be able to play this again. Unfortunately, my copy will not get here until Monday, but that's okay. I can wait. And I thought it would be cool to look at the original today and just unbox it, take a look at that cool manual that's in there. Also, I want to ask, what are your memories of Final Fantasy VII, the original on the PlayStation 1? It doesn't matter if you played it when you were 10 years old, or if you played it for the first time as a 25-year-old, or whatever it is. Let me know all about it down in the comments. I want to hear your memories and your nostalgic thoughts that go through your head when you think about this important game, Final Fantasy VII. Before I get into the unboxing of this original case that I've had all these years, this is the original copy that me and my sister owned, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second, but I just want to give a little bit of development history for this game, because I think it's important for us to know where it came from, who were the ones who created it. There's so many people that worked on this project. The director of this game was Yoshinori Kitase, and the producer was Hironobu Sakaguchi. And if that name sounds familiar, yes, it's because he was actually the mastermind, the producer, and all kinds of other jobs for Final Fantasy 1 through 6. And so he was the producer for Final Fantasy VII. Of course, you also have Kazushige Nojima, who was the writer and scenario writer. You had the character design by Tetsuya Nomura, and the music by the great Nobu Uematsu. What you may not know about Final Fantasy VII is that it actually was going to be a Super Nintendo game, but things happened, a lot of things happened, and it all had to do with the creation of disc-based media. And CDs were becoming cheaper to make than cartridges, and so Super Nintendo was not going to be a viable outlet for this game for Square. They wanted something that would be cheaper, but also something that was more capable. And so with disc-based media, they were able to actually put studio quality soundtracks on the disc, and that made such a total difference. I love all of the bit music and the 8-bit and 16-bit games, but when you come to CD quality music, it just makes a total difference. It's so much clearer, and you have so many more instruments, and it just made all the difference. Another big thing that they looked at with this disc-based media is the fact that they could have FMV sequences. So these were full motion videos. And these were in the game, of course, and there was nothing like it. Now we see it all the time, and it's actually a big part of how the normal game looks. But back then, the cutscenes were everything. And it was so foreign to see movie quality 3D rendered cutscenes that just gave you so much more than just looking at the blocky characters. It was just as important as 3D Mario, and to have it in this game and to have a story of this epic scale, there was nothing like it. So Final Fantasy VII really did win in a lot of ways because of being on disc-based media. And if they had went with the Super Nintendo, they just couldn't have done it. It would have been a great game, yes, but there was so much more that they were able to do. And this is how things came to be, and it went on to make millions and billions of dollars. Now that's just a little bit of history about the game. This isn't a whole walkthrough video of the entire development history. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you want to see more videos about Final Fantasy VII or just me talking about this, please let me know down below. Let's go ahead and dig into Final Fantasy VII on the original PlayStation. Here it is, Final Fantasy VII. I love this box art, and I'm telling you, seeing this for the first time and just wondering what this story was about, it was incredible. You see this soldier looking dude with this gigantic sword, and you were wondering what is going to happen in this game. And then, of course, back in the day, you looked at the back of the box and you got all the information you needed here to decide whether or not you wanted to play it. And this game really takes me back. It was a great time in my life, 1997. I was 10 years old, and watching my sister play through this game and just seeing what the PlayStation had to offer really changed our perspective on gaming. It was a revolution. And thank you so much, my mom and dad. Thank you both for buying not only this for us, but a PlayStation. So here it is inside of the box. Such wonderful art by Amano. And there are disc 2 and disc 3. If you look behind this, there's Sephiroth with his fire, just walking through the fire in that rendered fire, that 3D rendered fire and everything. You are going to need one block on your memory card to play this. So let's go ahead and look at this manual and just ooh and ah over what it has to offer here. So cool to just see. I mean, look at how thick this is. So many pages. There's Midgar, as we all love it. And of course, there's your PlayStation, your new PlayStation you just got. And you've got all kinds of information about it. This was a game really, and it kind of brought over, this game actually brought over JRPGs to the mainstream. We had Final Fantasy 1 through 6, we had Dragon Quest games, which were Dragon Warrior games, but it wasn't until this point where the mainstream picked up on what a JRPG was. It really changed the landscape, and people found out either that they liked it or that they did not like it at all, and it wasn't the action game that they thought it would be. And there's your wonderful polygons. I mean, look at these characters. There's Sid there. I love the polygons. Look at his feet. So cool. We have some controls here and your world map. I'm just going to kind of flip through some of these pages so you can see what's going on. Look at that. Oh, he's taking up both pages. What an epic scene, seeing him walk through the fire. There is so much here that, of course, you can look up on the internet now, but back in the day, this is what you had, and you had to really seek the information out here. And if it wasn't in the book, if it wasn't in this manual, well, you had to figure it out. You really had to figure it out. Look at how cool that motorcycle looks. And there it is, everybody. There's the chocobos. You have some credits here with great people. Great people. A little ad for Game Brain, the official PlayStation strategy guide. And wait, there's a mini strategy guide for the first part of the game. Look at that. Warning, warning. This is a hand-holding walkthrough Cloud's first encounter with the rebel group Avalanche. That is so cool, they give you a little warning. And there you go. Go through that reactor. That's actually what the demo for the remake goes through. And there's the guard scorpion. We all love the guard scorpion. 10 minutes. And they actually show you, the reactor blowing up. Wow. There it is. There's the guide. We had this guide for a while, but I think the cover got messed up and then the rest of it may have been thrown out. But there it is, and you got great ads here. Final Fantasy Tactics, Bushido Blade, Saga Frontier. There it is, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this look through the wonderful manual of Final Fantasy VII and this great case here. Such a wonderful game that I will hold in my heart forever. So what do you think, everybody? Did this take you back? Did this give you nostalgic memories that you had forgotten about? Maybe a wave of nostalgia hit you. I really enjoyed looking at Final Fantasy VII, and I look at it every now and then because it really, as I said, represents a time where things were changing. We were sort of growing up as gamers. This was the first game to actually have foul language in it, which I hadn't seen before. I don't really recommend or support that, but it was the first time we saw that. It was the first time we saw death. And I won't go over any spoilers here, but of course this is an almost 30-year-old game. But it was the first time that happened, a permanent, real permanent death in the mainstream in a video game. That was a big thing. So there were so many things that happened around this time. It was also something that helped bring anime over to America and Europe and other places. That, along with Dragon Ball Z, of course. I hope you enjoyed this look back at Final Fantasy VII. And again, let me know down below any memories that you have of this game. And also just let me know, what does Final Fantasy VII mean to you? I want to know that, and let's have a conversation down below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more unboxings of classic games, including many JRPGs, please let me know. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate all of you, and thank you for your encouraging words and your support. It really means a lot to me. I pray that you have a fantastic day. Go enjoy the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And also, check out that original. Oh, it's so good, and those blocky characters are so charming. And have some happy gaming.